Truly heartbreaking. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah giving details of the tragedy, and it's the Chief Minister's bizarre defense where he says that only those who were given tickets should have come. Stampede also happened in Kumbh, and that there was no politics. At least he did not do any politics over Kumbh. There should be no politics over what happened here. 35,000 was the seating capacity at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, but according to the Chief Minister, between 2 lakh to 3 lakh cricket lovers turned up. And some of the images, and we cannot even show you those images of the stampede that took place, they're truly horrifying. Some very young children, they've lost their lives. Children who were caught in the stampede. And as the Chief Minister said, the crowds that surged, they broke through the gates of the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But imagine a capacity of 35,000 and the Chief Minister says more than 2 to 3 lakh came. He said, we did not organize this. This was organized by the Cricket Association. So clearly the Siddaramaiah government is washing its hands off the organization of this cricket celebration or the IPL trophy celebration. Royal Challengers Bangalore, after 18 years, the trophy was coming to Bangalore and for the first time for the home team. And that is why perhaps between 2 to 3 lakh people, according to the Chief Minister, turned up at a stadium where passes had been issued, according to him, only for about 30 to 35,000 people. And he said, what could I do? Had I not given clearance for this, people would have said that why wasn't this cleared? But whatever, their only job was to provide police for arrangements. But was that adequate? So a magisterial inquiry has been ordered. The magistrate has been directed to submit his report in 15 days. The sad part is 11 people, and especially youngsters. One child is just about 13 years old. So a 13-year-old teenager, some young boys, some young girls are amongst those who've lost their lives. Nagarjun Dwarkanath joins me for more on this. And in between this press conference, the Chief Minister also lost his cool, virtually telling a journalist to shut up and sit down. Give us details of what all the Chief Minister said. 15 days for a magisterial inquiry, 10 lakh rupees for compensation for next of kin. Bring us other highlights, Nagarjun.
Well, Chief Minister has just announced a DC inquiry, 10 lakh compensation to be given to the families of the deceased members, and all the injured will be taken care. The hospital will be giving free treatments. The government would take care of their treatment as well. And he said he would not like to play politics. Right now, I'm joined with a Congress legislator, Mr. Dr. Rangnath as well. So, you have heard the Chief Minister say that this was an unexpected tragedy. He is not going to defend it, but an inquiry will be ordered. But the BJP is saying the onus is on the government. Both Deputy Chief Minister and the Chief Minister were busy shooting Instagram reels instead of taking care of the people.
See, this is not the first time a program is happening. And this is not the big gathering which has happened. But there was 18 years gap of this trophy winning. There was untoward incidents which is not supposed to happen. It has happened. Even nobody guessed that kind of frenzy mob reactions from the public. So we need, for the same reason, we are just putting into a magistrate inquiry to know what are the lapses being done. So in fact, we are also really saddened by this tragedy, and we are with the victims. We are taking the onus, and definitely we will correct the system.
You're a doctor by profession yourself. Tell us what would have happened to those 11 people? How suffocating was it? Or what would be the cause of death at that point of time?
Generally, there is a strategy of going in a crowd. You need to avoid the stampede. Once you are fallen on the ground, there is a procedure. You need to, we say in medical terms, you need to fall on lateral side. So if you fall on the, back, on your back, they'll press on your chest, they'll stamp on your abdomen, they'll definitely, naturally, there will be a suffocation. If you fall on your stomach, naturally, they'll be stamping on your spine. So for that reason, you need to fall on the side. And you need to hold in a crumpled position, what we do in an airway when there is a bad time which we see. So there are procedures which we should educate the people in this kind of incidents. What are the procedures, how to avoid the stampede?
This is Dr. Rangnath is a legislator and an MLA. He himself is a qualified doctor as well, sir. But there's also a question that when the deaths were happening, the government still went into the stadium, lifted the trophy. Isn't there part of isn't the government should have been more sensible? Isn't it the part of the government to be more sensitive towards these incidents and maybe call off or even tell the cricket association saying let's cancel this event. We have to respect what has happened.
No, to my knowledge, this incident has happened after the Vidhan Saudha incidents, I believe. The government, once everybody came to know that incidents happened, everybody rushed to hospital. Even CM sir, DCM sir, Home Minister together, they rushed to Boring Hospital. I don't think so. That kind of, overreacted by our government, I believe. We were really very much happy to receive the RCB the team, but this untoward incidents, it has saddened us.
Fine. Thank you so much. That was Dr. Rangnath, and I also have Mr. Rizwan Arshad. He's the MLA where Vidhan Saudha comes in his constituency, the High Court comes in his constituency, the stadium comes in his constituency, and also the hospital, the people are admitted, comes in his constituency. So you were there at the event also. What exactly happened? The BJP is saying the Congress government failed in handling this event.
See, I don't think so. This is the time to politicize the tragedy we are facing. The fact of the matter is, after 18 years, when the RCB has won this tournament, people are too emotional. They've all come out. The capacity of the stadium is 33,000. And the crowd which gathered there was more than 3 lakh, right? And all the people wanted to enter the stadium. And the match got concluded late night, and the Cricket Association wanted to celebrate. And today, the morning, they informed the administration. Since there was a special request, we did agree. Fortunately, we did organize a program on the grandstands of Vidhan Saudha where nearly 1 lakh people gathered there too. Otherwise, this crowd would also have, gone to the stadium. That would have been a bigger tragedy. So, very unfortunate. Our government has very clearly said that we will inquire. There will be a magisterial inquiry, time bound within 15 days, and we will ensure that if there are any lapses in this organizing this whole thing, people will be punished.
Should have been more police deployed? Should the Cricket Association have spoken to you more often or at least communicated better saying that which gate people would be allowed, which gate we need more security? You think in hindsight this could have been done better?
I think, yes, in hindsight, a lot of things can be planned, understood much better. We should refrain ourselves from overnight deciding to have a celebration.
Very true.
That is a kind of thing we have understood, that no overnight kind of decisions to celebrate. Although people are emotive,
Nagarjun, if you can hear me, please ask him. Fair enough, the crowds were excited. What was the administration doing? Was the administration as excited? Why didn't the administration deploy adequate number of police personnel? Why weren't the crowds channelized? Now, the first thing that the administration is taught, whether you're an IPS officer or an IES officer, the first thing you're taught is crowd control. Why is it that if only 35,000 passes were issued, why were 3 lakh people there?
I'm just putting you on the loudspeaker, Gaurav. Could you please repeat the question?
Sir, my question is simple. The crowds were excited. Yes, it's the trophies coming after 18 years. But what was the administration doing from morning? Why weren't adequate arrangements put in place to ensure that if 35,000 passes have been issued, 3 lakh people should not assemble? There were holding areas that should have been made. Was all this planning done? Or did just everyone go, in that herd mentality, let's see what happens? No planning.
You think the administration should have put in better planning because you knew what would happen. People would come after 18 years, the cup had come home. There would be a lot of fans coming. You saw what had happened last night. Also, the administration should have been done better. The more police should have been deployed as a question.
The whole Bangalore city police was on the roads. They were deployed. They were on duty. I think if not, there would have been much bigger tragedy. The way I myself have seen it personally, that would have been a bigger tragedy than what we are seeing today. if the administration was not alert. But having said that, I don't want to say something to escape from this responsibility. Magisterial inquiry will be held. People will be held responsible whoever might have taken responsibility and not delivered the way they should have delivered. Definitely it will
A
be found.
13-year-old
BJP
child,
is asking
Mr.
heads to be
Rizwan Ahmad,
rolled
and you're well
and,
aware,
resignation.
a 13-year-old child is amongst those who've been killed. Youngsters have died. Now, India Today has accessed, and I want our viewers to look at those videos. The moment of that stampede, look at the way the crowds are just being shepherded there or are rushing. Where was the police? Why didn't additional police be called in? If these were many people were coming in, watch this. The police, inadequate. Where were senior officers? Supervision found wanting. This is where leadership comes in. This is where crowd control comes in. And that's the first lesson that IAS and IPS officers are taught about crowd management. Because whether it's temples or mosques or celebrations, one thing you know in India, there will be crowds. So the administration is taught crowd control. The opposition, of course, is taking on the government. Their question is, was everyone just more interested in getting a picture taken with Virat Kohli and the team and not looking after administration outside? And that is where these people were stuck. What is even more appalling, celebrations were underway at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. The Deputy Chief Minister in attendance. All of that continued as people were dying outside. That's a fact that people are reporting on ground. So where was administration helping people at that point of time? And these are questions that perhaps that magisterial inquiry will seek answers to. Dr. Nagendra Rangappa, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the show. Tehseen Poonawala joins us on the show. Sandeep Anirudhan is a citizen activist. Commodore G.J. Singh is a defense analyst, a resident of Bengaluru. Incidentally, he was there. Yashovardhan Azad, former top police officer, again somebody who will talk to us about what transpired there. So was this failure to anticipate the enthusiasm of cricket lovers in Karnataka, or is this far more serious than that? I want to bring in our guests into this broadcast, and Commodore G.J. Singh, I want to begin by asking you, sir, you were there. What happened?
You see, Gaurav, first of all, let me tell you the extent of emotion that gripped Bangalore was visible right from yesterday evening, yesterday night, because the whole skyline of Bangalore was illuminated with the red-colored, multicolored crackers and totally illuminated with multicolored crackers. Now, when you know that you expect a large number of people there in lakhs, hordes, multitude, throngs of people coming in, I think the very choice of the venue was wrong. We have a palace ground very close to it, to Vidhan Sabha. I think that would have been a much better choice. When
you were there, right? What happened? Was the police there? I just want to understand from you, what happened there? Commodore G.J. Singh.
No, what happened there was that I had gone there to my Army Officers Institute, very close by to the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And when I went close by, I saw that the crowd there was totally uncontrollable. I think something had triggered, as it has been revealed now, that it was because of the slab collapsing, the drain slab collapsing and people falling into it. Moment I saw that kind of, people running helter-skelter in confusion, I retreated, frankly, because I did not think it wise to go forward.
Fair enough. Let me also bring in Sandeep Anirudhan into this conversation. Sandeep, can the administration and the government get away by saying too many fans turned up, much more than anticipated? They thought there'll be 30 to 35,000 and 2 to 3 lakh came?
Gaurav, that's an incredibly irresponsible statement from the government. In India, cricket is religion. They should have expected a few lakh of people, especially when this was a win after 18 years of wait. The city was delirious right from yesterday. Even average citizens can estimate that there would have been lakhs of people for any sort of victory parade. Victory parades happening, they happen, they get managed. and it's not rocket science. The city administration, the police should have been able to estimate and ensure crowd control. They failed totally at it. The malaise, this is a symptom actually. The larger malaise is that we don't have a city government. We haven't had elections for 5 years. We don't have corporators or a mayor whom we can hold responsible. The people who are claiming to run the city are from the next tier of government, which is the state government. And we have a chief minister and a deputy chief minister who are obsessed with being the mayor and deputy mayor of the city, whereby they don't do anything right for the city as well as they ignore the state. So we have a case of a headless chicken running the state of Karnataka. These politicians have no clue what they're doing, and we are seeing the outcomes of very poor governance, zero planning, and this is not just the last 2-3 years. I think Bengaluru is dying a slow death. It's been 3 decades in the coming. We don't have planning, we don't have governance. This Supreme Court itself called out our city as being an excellent example of urban ruin due to haphazard development. I think we are paying the price of a success. The
Some
politicians
of
here
the
are extremely
images
greedy and
are
they don't
so
want to provide
heartbreaking.
governance. This is the
Some of the
problem,
images,
and it's
Sandeep,
very
are so
unfortunate.
heartbreaking that we cannot even put them out on television. Like a young child who just can't breathe, who's after that stampede and the manner in which the victims are being taken. But Dr. Rangappa, is this the fault of the administration, the police? Why is the Siddaramaiah government being blamed? They're saying, let's not have any politics on a tragedy.
See, first of all, I would like to condole the deaths that have occurred. It is totally unfortunate. It should not happen. And if it happens due to some person's negligence and insensitive behavior, it reflects the state of law and order in Karnataka. We have always been saying that the Karnataka law and order has collapsed. There is no proper administration that is happening. What do you mean to say that we didn't expect more than 35,000 people about 100 meters from Vidhan Saudar center of Bangalore Power Center? You can't escape by saying that we will have to come forward. Why did you not plan? People have joined the celebration, and you're so insensitive that inside the stadium that function keeps going on and there is nothing happening outside. Sir, as a doctor, let me tell you, the ambulance has reached there 40 minutes after this incident. There was no ambulance placed. So what is the meaning of this? This is gross negligence, criminal negligence on the part of Siddaramaiah government.
Okay, Tehsin Poonawala, you want to respond to that? Because amongst the dead is a 13-year-old child and 11 dead. The opposition very clearly says it's total failure of the administration. There was chaos. Now, if there was a parade to happen, and I want to read out to you what the Home Minister has been quoted as saying. Was there to be a parade? Was there not to be a parade? There was so much confusion that no one knew what was going to happen.
Gaurav, at the onset, gratitude to Commodore Singh for his services to our nation. Thank you so much, sir, for your services. For people like you, we are safe. Gaurav, thank you for having me on the show. I would not like to, unlike the BJP spokesperson, I would not do politics. I remember I was on your show during the Kumbh Mela and I never did politics. But there is a general thing in India, and it's across party lines, across states, and Gaurav will agree with me. We don't value human lives. I agree with one thing. Once this tragedy happened, this should have shut. Period. I tweeted about it myself. I have a young child, Gaurav, and that broke my heart. You can't do this. And how long are we going to blame IPS officers, IAS officers, or police? They do their best. They are stressed out in their jobs. It is ultimately, if the police put in the protocols, the politicians across party lines get angry with them. They don't put in the protocols, people don't listen. At some point, we have to pause and ask ourselves, are we doing the right thing? And we as citizens need to take accountability. We as citizens need to take accountability from our leaders. What is going on? Once you knew that this kind of celebrations happened last night, it was obvious media was covering it. There was going to be a lot of people. Of course, the administration should have put its foot down. There should have been more SOPs. There should have been more drones, AI-driven drones. These things should have happened. Hindsight is always 20/20. Even the cricketers, I'm surprised, and I have a lot of respect for them. But when you knew the tragedy happened, it's all over social media. You should have just walked away. Shouldn't have continued the program. I hope, despite being a vote of the opposition, an FIR is filed against the organizers, whoever the organizers are. An FIR must be filed. People should be hauled up. I hope the magistrate inquiry comes in 15 days. And as the Honorable Chief Minister says, justice should be given to those people who are injured. This is not a country where people are allowed, lives
And
are
to
allowed
those
to be taken.
who've died, because Sandeep Anirudhan, when you look at those images, that there are people that are, amongst the fans, they are performing CPR. They are trying to resuscitate people. Where were ambulances? The BJP says the first ambulance came 40 minutes late. There are other eyewitnesses who are saying the same. The ambulances were late. We don't value human lives at all in our country. And can the Chief Minister get away by saying, we didn't organize it, the Cricket Association did, we would have looked bad had we not given permission, so we gave permission?
Gaurav, that's moving away from responsibility. Any event of public nature and which has to be held at this scale requires police permission and permission from at least 10 other departments. So, prima facie, the government has failed in its responsibility. They should not have given permission if they don't see it fit that sufficient facilities have not been provided. And I don't buy this argument they didn't expect a big crowd. India is a cricket crazy country. Cricket is religion here. Any small event will bring lakhs of fans and they will be unruly. It's a given. And it's not like we cannot manage victory parades. We've been managing them. I mean, throughout the RCB history itself, there is a team winning every year and they go back and celebrate in their city. It's not something new. It's a failure of civic administration. And that's because we don't have an administration in the city which is in connect with the people. It is being run by bureaucrats on behalf of the state politicians right now. That's where it's fundamentally flawed. We don't have a city government. We deserve one under the 74th Amendment, and we don't have one. And be it BJP or Congress, whenever they are in power, they will prevent elections. That is all they do. They prevent elections so that the state ministers can keep dipping their.
There's a statement that's being attributed to the Karnataka Home Minister Parmeshwara Rao indicating that there was not going to be an official celebration following the team win. Despite this, we are told a large crowd gathered outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, which led to confusion. Initially, the Bengaluru traffic police also claimed that the parade was cancelled. Later, they said that they're just making preparations just in case. Now, does that indicate the kind of chaos that prevailed? 5,000 policemen, we are told, on duty to manage a crowd of what, 2 to 3 lakhs that the Chief Minister says turned up?
Sir, if you say that I didn't know that such a program was happening, then what are you telling me? Are you telling me that you have failed in your duties? Or if you say that we knew that so many people were coming, so we didn't have too many people, so we didn't post them, then are you going to tell us when so many people are getting assembled, you don't have an ambulance? And are you telling me that the organizers didn't have any role to play there and you allowed them to have the function? This indicates that there is total failure of government in Karnataka. The Home Minister, not only in this incident, in many other incidents, has shown a similar attitude, and there is total collapse of law and order. And this is the pinnacle which is reflected in such a sad incident.
You know, Tehseen Poonawala, BCCI Vice President Rajiv Shukla says this is a tragedy. There should be no politics on it. The BCCI and the Cricket Association, they've actually distanced themselves, saying that this was an event by the government. The government saying it's not our event, it was by the Cricket Association. All we've done is we've provided police security. That was all that our job was. That's all that we did. And this just shows the moment there's a tragedy, nobody's stepping up to take responsibility.
But that is Gaurav expected in our country. I mean, even if you say there was, I don't want to go to the Mahakumbh because that was an extraordinary event. Let's look at the other, in Uttar Pradesh, there was a Godman where there was also a massive stampede that took place where I think 100 odd people passed away. Again, there was so much passing the buck between the DM, the other administrators, the local government. Then in Telangana government, and I'm purposely saying BJP Congress, so there's no politics. Then actor, there was a stampede out there. Ultimately, the DCP had to come down and move the actor out. He refused to listen to us, to the inspectors on duty. I think there are a couple of things that we all have to understand. We need to start respecting officers on duty. Number two, yes, I'm glad that the police were there. What about the other arrangements? What about the fire brigade, the ambulances, water stops, immediate medical facilities? Look, when I used to run restaurants, I went abroad and did a management course in crowd management. And the reason I had to go abroad is there is no course in India for crowd management. We are honestly, हम राम जी के भरोसे पे, हम अल्लाह के भरोसे पे. It's honestly, we get away through luck, and that's not how it should be.
Quickly, want to cut across and listen into the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar.
ತಾವೊಬ್ಬ ಅಸಮರ್ಥ ಹಾಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಷ ಎಂಬುವರ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸಾಬೀತುಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆಟಗಾರರ ಅತಿ ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ಕಣ್ಣು ತುಂಬಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು ಕಾಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದು, ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು ಈ ಸಂಭ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲ್ಲು ಹಾಕಿದ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಮುನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಯಾರು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಅಲೋ ಎನಿವನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ನಾನು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಕನಕಪುರಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಜನ ಈಚೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನೋಡಿ ರಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಾವ್ಯಾರೂ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. 2 hours ಗಾಡ್ ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯತೆ ಬಂತು. ನಮ್ಮ MLA ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸೂ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವರು ಕೆಂಗೇರಿಯಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಶ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಿತ್ತು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, BJPಯವರು ಹೆಣದ ಮೇಲೆ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
BJP is doing politics over dead body.
ಏನು ಟ್ವೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು RCB ಬಗ್ಗೆ, BJPಯವರು ಏನು ಟ್ವೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
CT Ravi and the BJP are playing politics over dead body.
ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಅವರ ಭಾವನೆನ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮರಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯರಾತ್ರಿನೂ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗೂ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋರು ಅವರು.
We can't find fault with the emotions and sentiments of the people of Bengaluru.
ಅವರು ಇದು RCB ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾರು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಜೀವ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ.
Human lives are very important.
ವೆರಿ ಸಾರಿ.
We are aware of it. We are very sorry.
ಆಗಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು.
This tragic incident should not have happened.
We never expected such an incident would have happened. Of course, no one no political party or no officials doesn't want. They have done their best in their, but it was uncontrollable crowd. We never expected such a big following. After 18 years, they have been looking at something great. It was a team effort which has happened, and you see the crowd. They have left all their jobs, all their places, and they have been. The entire Vidhan Soda came on the street, outside. I could see the Manipal Hospital, all the other IT people, everything worked out. HAL, entire HAL staff was there in the airport itself. So,
sir, at 9:30 in the morning, there was a program list released by RCB without consulting the state government. They only spoke about open.
I'm telling you, that is what I'm telling you. That is, they released it. I don't want to comment much, find fault on others. I don't want to fault others. So now myself and Chief Minister, we discussed with our Pollution Control Board Chairman also. Tomorrow, except the cabinet meeting, all other programs stands postponed, no celebration or any program, including the pollution.
All celebrations and cabinet meetings that were supposed to happen tomorrow have been postponed.
In World Environment Day, even myself from the corporation, day after tomorrow I will conduct in a small this Nenru Plateau.
All celebrations and events related to government have been cancelled tomorrow.
Celebration cancel ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Cabinet ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನಾಳೆ.
Cabinet meeting will go on as per schedule, however.
Environment ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ರನ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. 8 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಾನು ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ರನ್ನಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಐ ಅಪೀಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್. ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ದಿನಾಂಕ ನಿಗದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಅದು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಮೌನ ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಷ್ಟಿಂದ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೋವು ಉಂಟಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೂ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಜನ ಏನು ಎತ್ತ ಏನು ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮನೆಗೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮರಿನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಸಮೇತ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ರವಿನೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಬಾಂಡೇಜ್ ವಿತ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗೋನೆ, ಅವನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ 10 ಫೋನು ಬಿಡಿ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ.
Did at least any of the team management speak to you, sir? Did they convey the condolence message from the team also? Sir,
ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು.
has the team conveyed their condolence message?
ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು. Yes, they condoled the message. ನಾನು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಗೇವ್ ದೆಮ್ ಎ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ವಿತಿನ್ 10 minutes ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್. I took the secretary also. He also, they all agreed.
The celebratory events that was there to felicitate the players, K. Kumar says that he requested the function to end within 10 to 15 minutes post the stampede.
We sent a lot of police people around them also. We didn't want any incident to happen also. They just closed. And we requested Kohli also to just go. You saw the everything. They, for a courtesy sake, to show that they have handed over this gift to Karnataka. That is what. They just... within one minute,
they requested Virat Kohli also to wrap up the celebrations and schedule.
See, I am telling you, God willingly, I am telling you, this is unexpected crowd.
So the celebrations in Karnataka, Royal Challengers Bengaluru winning the IPL trophy after 18 long years, and massive celebrations were planned, turned into tragedy. 11 people have lost their lives, 47 are injured, 33 still in hospital. But the big question still remains, who's responsible for this? Whose negligence led to this tragedy? We will continue to ask questions on India First.